This one's mine! I'll send you there. Oh my God! You'll pay for this, you ugly fucker! Killing's all you deserve.
Mine! I'll take it.
The power of the Lord commands you. We have a killer.
Good evening.
I need blood.
Do you require...
My condition cannot be understood by you.
Well, until...
Thank you, Doctor.
I'll leave you. Good
evening.
Do you need...
I'm afraid.
Not up.
Thank you.
Good. Do you need... Well, the And that... Goodbye. And... Do you need... Would have... There is... Good... Good... Is the... Good... Do you need... Thank...
Like a bull. Never could keep anything from her.
Do you need...
And...
I...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Do you...
What?
Good...
They may lack the resources. Most brilliant minds in London.
So... No. Don't... Good...
You disgust.
Good... Do you...
miss.
You're this. Don't.
I've never seen so many people.
Bloody city.
For God's sake.
It's locked.
Still alive and healthy.
Good dog. Do you hit? Good. Good. Do you? Goodbye, nurse. Good. Deep for you. Good.
Evening.
Don't. Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of.
It's really pissed me off this time. Crush the leech, boys! Leech! Die! All of you bloody things. I'll take it! It's one of them! The beast must die! Oh, mine, vermin!
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Over there! There's one of them! Easy does it, boys. We can do this, bloody leech! Steady, boys! Hang on, stand!
So Prewen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
There's one of them vermin! Remember your vows, friends! Send you back to bloody cross with me! Shit! Lord, give us strength! I cannot be defeated! Filthy fucking beast!
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
one of them! Let's see who likes a bit of fire!
Freeman shall prevail.
This is despicable.
Bloody monster!
I cannot enter. It's locked. It's locked, all right. I should find the key to that box. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind. It's locked. Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us.
I put him in a somewhat delicate position.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course?
Time will tell.
William Marshall. Yes, they...
I trust you, Edgar. But the Guard of Priwen is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him.
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm...
Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic.
Maybe due to our profession. Because I...
What can you tell me?
Not much.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of...
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some
I have nothing to hide.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real...
No.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean
Yes.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story...
Do you know where we are?
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher.
My point exactly.
Certain does...
Come on, Ed.
How could I?
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough! know if I should read this.
Have faith, brothers! Remember your
Return at a more convenient time. So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
He's done for! No! Over there! There's one of them! This is my territory! You cannot win this!
Good evening, Jonathan Reed.
Have you any new... I found your notebook.
And you brought it back to me.
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward...
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you, Jonathan.
Good.
I rarely wander. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Perhaps I should look into it. Well,
Good.
You pay for peace of mind.
can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not
Good
my
shot.
call, Baron.
Even my dreams are so... I'm not...
Do you?
Yes.
Good.
Is there only pain and suffering?
Pay me a bottle and
Do you need? Goodbye. Do that would. If. Good. I can't believe I'm doing this. Good evening,
Surely
Mr.
you
Tessa.
have someone else to bother, Mr. Doctor.
That's
Stop. You
Tell me everything. You. Who you?
well,
Are you happy? Good.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
You don't. I do.
Deeply.
They.
I'm...
Good.
This is now mine!
This is no place. Get them weapons ready! Watch it! It's a killer! Stop Vampyr!
This is despicable.
See them fancy clothes? This isn't top!
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him, or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar's behavior was beyond lunacy. He had neither the discipline, knowledge, nor the proper facilities to conduct blood experiments.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Ichor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but... do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth. Are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your enemy.
Wait! No! Elizabeth! It's locked, all right. Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
Step away!
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Let's pin him down! Pin him down!
Connect me to this city anymore.
Good. Have you... Goodbye, Mr. Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to... spare me a drop. Tell me what you have discovered about vampires.
They've always been here.
What do you mean you're not alone?
The Guard of Prewin.
Have you spoken with them?
No.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence?
Yes, Johnny.
Have you shared your research?
No.
Venus is poisoning you, Clarence.
So she really hates me that?
I'm sorry.
Why would you tell me that?
You're a stupid bastard, but you're my friend, Clarence.
But I love her.
So you have no suspicions about her?
Frankly, it's my behavior that's been odd.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence.
I'm not mad, Jonathan.
Clarence, you've always been a reliable and a good friend to me.
Thank you, John.
It's all right.
The first time it was in Rouen. I saw an officer drink the blood of a soldier. I saw its teeth.
Do you realize you are ruining your family, Clarence?
Money isn't important.
I can't believe I'm telling you this, but if warning people...
Don't you think I tried?
People will laugh at you.
I understand my...
These are the documents you wanted me to look for. I think I've gathered all the available occult research about vampires.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
I'm not sure you can consider this material factual.
First, I'm going to show them to Venus.
Clarence, tell me about the vampire you saw.
I was enjoying my leave in Rouen.
That you were drunk, weren't you?
Please don't insult me, Johnny.
Did you ever see that officer?
No. He wore the uniform of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I did some research, but found no trace of him. He probably stole it from a previous victim.
Do you...
What? I hope...
You...
She's been quite...
Not mine.
Good evening.
Dr.
Please.
Good.
You seem to cherish your father.
Dad was the best. He kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Louise, what can you tell me about the vampire who captured you?
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me.
Really?
Well, immortality.
What? Well, I really can't answer that. Since they are creatures of blood, physically speaking, I suppose an erection is possible, but...
Don't be embarrassed, Dr. Reed.
Louis...
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me. That he wanted to spend eternity with me. Not a bad idea. At least that's the way it seemed at first.
Really?
Well, immortality. Not a common wedding gift, is it? I think he just wanted to have his way with me. Can vampires even fuck, Doctor?
What?
Don't be embarrassed, Dr. Reed. I was just asking.
What do you do for a living?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress.
Were you fired?
No. It's just that after my recent experience...
Be very careful.
You killed my kidnapper by yourself, didn't you?
What do you intend?
Dad always told me, Louise, if you want something, don't stop until you have it.
What can you tell me about this area?
I've never really liked this part.
What exactly don't...
People here are contemptuous and elitist.
What?
Never heard of...
Really?
He a big shot.
Do you need...
I don't...
Good.
Forgive you, Father.
Women of all countries unite!
Whether you need to buy something or not, I'm happy to help.
Towards the equality between men and...
So, did you try the restaurant I recommended?
Oh, yes. I can't thank you enough, my dear doctor.
I'm glad you enjoyed the place.
I do, Doctor, I do.
Calhoun, tell me about your relationship with Doris.
Oh, Doris. Cold fire and burning ice.
How did you meet her?
On a boat to France.
I expect you've seen her on stage.
She really is the best actress of her generation.
You sound surprising.
I think of her... She fascinated me.
Do you need...
You would say...
Don't... Goodbye.
Women of all countries unite! Support the equality between men and women!
Good.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbyes. Jonathan, bring me back.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Do you... And have you any recent news of...
I heard he's launched a project.
Did Clarence recently show you documents?
Yes, he did.
He's my friend. I thought it might help him rest.
Gibberish and poppycock. Dracula was a good book.
Tell me about Clarence's obsession with
It drives me so crazy it makes my stomach hurt.
I understand.
The question is simple,
The important question is, what do you really think of your husband?
I'm tough, Jonathan.
So you don't believe Clarence?
If poor Mary...
Why do you and your husband argue so much?
He is not the kind man I married.
What do you think about Clarence squandering his fortune on his obsession?
Soon we'll be poor and forced to sell the house.
Why are you poisoning your husband?
He has spent a fortune printing his bloody papers. I can't stand this night.
If you're so frustrated...
I have already lost the best years of my life.
I was the best man at your wedding. I remember your love for him. It was so beautiful. I cried. And now you've killed him.
Don't try to send a shiver down my spine, Dr. Reed. You were always on your own, and you kept emotions at bay. All for facts, remember? Well, deal with this one.
Good.